A new series comes to WNIN, and the topic is near and dear to my heart. It's the work of the Amani Partners Kenya and its founder, Pastor Lynn Rennie. Steve Berger has the story behind the story. Good morning, Steve.
Good morning.
Thanks so much for taking the time to be with us and tell this story. So, first of all, how did you get connected to this local story that is also an African story?
Well, I was working with another group in Kenya, and we made a trip there in March. And because I like to add some reporting, if possible, to my trips, I got in touch with Lynn, and the story just developed from there.
So when you were there for a different project than the Amani Partners?
Correct, but we also went to the compound in Ecuador. We also made a trip out there and did video and interviews and things while we were there.
So when is the series going to air?
The first episode actually aired on Tuesday. It's available on Mondays and Thursdays online, news.wnin.org. We also air it at 7:50 a.m. on 88.3 on Tuesdays and Fridays for the next 3 weeks.
Well, let our audience know, first of all, what the name of the series is and what they're going to experience when they watch it.
It's called the Amani Connection, and because we're a radio station, it's mostly audio, but we do have some videos as well that were taken by our Kenyan producer, Angelo Noy, while we were there in Ecuador.
So what will they learn about this story, Chris, that fascinates me because George and I have been with the Amani Partners in Ecuador? Sure.
Well, it's the story of Peter Magedo Mako, a Kenyan man who came to the U.S. for graduate school without ever really having any access to books. And when he got to the U.S. and graduate school, he saw his first library at Northwestern University in Chicago, and the dream began to take books back to his village in southwestern Kenya. He met with a group of students at Signature School and inspired them, and they helped him build that library, which was dedicated in 2006. 14 years later, Signature students who have never met Peter Magedo or even the original group of students are still involved in fundraising for the project. And that, to me, was a fascinating story, how that all came about and why it still continues. Well, now the Amani Center in Ecuador is not just a library, it's also a medical center. They added that and opened and took its first people in this year, earlier this year in 2020. And that is tied into the Kenyan health system, which is creating a sustainable medical care for that area that just simply was not there before.
Well, for folks who don't know, they take trips through the Aldersgate Mission Group with Lynn Rennie a couple of times a year to do the work of the medical mission, and people from all over the country can sign up to go and get eyeglasses for people and do other medical checks. It's really an amazing and life-transforming experience. So you can find out more about that from Aldersgate and from the Amani Partners on Facebook. Are you planning to go back, Steve?
It's a long trip. I would love to go back. We established some wonderful friendships while we were there, but you know, it's a long trip, as you know.
As I know, yes, I do. It's a long and interesting trip too. For folks who might not be familiar with Kenya, kind of let them know where it is situated in Africa and where Ecuador is.
Sure. Kenya is in East Africa. It borders on the Indian Ocean, which is the Indian Ocean's on the east. It's Tanzania is on the south, and Somalia and South Sudan are on the north and west. Ecuador is in the southwestern part of the country. You fly into Nairobi, the capital, and then you take about a 6-hour trip by car out to Ecuador in southwestern Kenya. It's in the hill country, tea fields, as you know, very beautiful country.
And that was surprising to me, too, to learn just how green and lush it is, the tea plantations, the vegetables and fruit. It was a really beautiful place with beautiful people who are just generous, kind, and hospitable in every single way.
Yeah, and what we learned is the people that go to the medical camps now have a place to stay right there at the compound because of the new building that they have. And we were the second group to stay there. back in March, and it's a wonderful facility. So yeah, if anybody wants to take part in those medical camps, I would encourage them to do so.
As would I. Okay, remind us again when they can hear the series.
On the radio on 88.3 every Tuesday and Friday at 7:50 a.m., and that'll be for the next 3 weeks.
Thank you, Steve, so much for sharing your story and for doing this work. Really appreciate it. We'll be back with more local lifestyles right after this. Stay with us.